I certainly don't.
So read it. This is what he said to the judge at that time. You can read it.
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up again.
I read it already.
You read it?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you.
You don't want to read it?
I'll read it. The defendant, that's you. This is what you told the judge under oath back in 2008, right? Between 1999 and 2004, I, meaning you, associated with members of Cash Money Brothers or CMB. I knew that CMB was committing crimes, including drug dealing and murder. Members and associates of CMB gave me food and a place to live. I knew that CMB members and associates were planning to kill certain people, including J.R. Hamilton on August 1st, 2000. I knowingly and intentionally joined a group of CMB members who killed J.R. Hamilton, and I agree that he should be killed. I entered into this agreement to retain my position as a friend and associate of CMB. Do you remember when you said that?
Okay, that's what he said. Go ahead.
Right. And then the judge said, not this judge, a different judge said, and what was your role in the conspiracy to murder James Hamilton? Do you remember that?
You don't have to ask him that question, just read it.
Okay. The defendant, I would give assistance in the sense of, and then it goes down, members of CMB, and agreed with them and went with them to monitor the situation.
Okay, that's what he said. Go ahead, next question.
Was that the truth?
Well, you said that at the time you were under oath when you said that, right?
Yes.
So you were telling the truth at that time?
Yes.
Okay, that's the answer. Next question.
You weren't just saying that to get the plea, right?
Next question.
This is what happened, right?
This is what happened. Next question.
Now, with regard to J.R. Hamilton's murder, what you were told was that eBay shot J.R. Hamilton, his gun jammed, and then he went inside and he kept shooting. Do you remember being told that?
Yes.
Now, you weren't there, so you didn't see what happened, right?
That's right. I was not there and I did not see what happened.
But someone told you that eBay who was doing the shooting shot and then went inside and kept on shooting, right?
He's testified that he has no personal knowledge of that. This is what was told to him. He said that many times.
Judge, can I be heard at sidebar?
No.
Well,
You want to give it to continue your questions?
I will, Judge, but I feel pressure now.
Then continue your questions. I'm just trying to avoid, with all due respect, repetitive questions. Next question.
And with regard to the killing of Peanut, you weren't there either, right?
Absolutely not.
Now, by the way, do you know someone named Lawrence Kelly?
Not that I recall.
Do you know whether he lived or died? Do you know anything about that?
No.
Do you know someone named Ross?
No.
Did you and Taz ever rob somebody of their jewelry?
No.
Now, you told us with regard to the murder of T-Rock that Boufflers had actually killed T-Rock, right?
Yes.
But then he lied about it, right?
Yes.
He blamed a guy from out of town, right?
Yes.
And so in your experience, did sometimes, and this is one example, people lie about what they had done, right?
Objection.
Do you know that people lied about what they said to you? I guess that's the general question when people, you testified about what people told you. And I guess the question is, I think whether or not you believe that it was the truth, or did you have a situation where somebody told you something that you found out was a lie? I think that's the general question, if you can follow the bouncing ball. If you can answer that.
Yes. Some people have lied to me? Yes.
Sometimes people lied, yes. Next questions.
And sometimes they deny that they did something that they actually did. Is that right?
They deny it. Say it again, counselor.
Well, I will. Boufflers actually killed Tyrone Baum, right?
Yes.
But he lied about it to certain people at CMB and he blamed somebody else, right?
Yes.
He said some guy from out of town did it, right?
Yes.
And do you know whether he lied because there was some money involved or why he lied?
Yes.
Tell us.
Because he didn't want world to know.
Was that because he was going to have to give up some money to world because of the murder?
I can't speak on that.
You don't know the reason?
No.
But he lied?
He lied because he didn't want world to know that he actually did it.
So, that was the situation where someone committed a crime and lied and said they didn't?
Yes.
Were you ever involved in a situation where someone said they committed a crime but they didn't actually do it?
I can't say in particular.
There came a time when you and Taz parted ways, right?
Yes.
And that was over some clothes that he didn't give you the cut for, is that right?
Yes.
And after that you stopped speaking to him?
At the time.
Well, did you ever resume speaking?
Yes. When eBay was shot, yes, we came back together.
When was the last time you saw Taz?
I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Well, you've been.
The last time I seen Taz was in court.
Okay, when was that?
When he got arrested. I can't remember what year it was.
When were you arrested?
You mean here?
Well, you say you never really were arrested, right?
I wasn't technically arrested, yes.
So in this case, you came to court and you went in front of a judge, right?
Yes. Be specific, counselor, because you are confusing me.
I apologize. I'm trying to.
What's your question? You are talking about his arrest?
Yeah, you were not arrested for this offense, right?
I was fingerprinted.
Okay. You came to court, right?
Yes.
You signed some papers, right?
Yes.
You left, right?
Yes.
You haven't been in jail since that time, right?
No.
You have to report to the government on occasion, right?
On occasion.
And when they want you to speak with them, you speak with them?
Without a doubt.
And when they want you to testify, you testify, correct?
Without a doubt.
And that's all because you are facing a total of 10 years on this case?
You have to cooperate. That's part of the cooperation agreement. That's the law.
Now, as part of your cooperation agreement, which I think is in evidence, Judge.
It's in evidence.
Does the court mind if I seem to read it? That paragraph?
Go ahead.
In exchange for your cooperation and your guilty plea, the government has promised, and I'm looking at page 3, paragraph 4, that your heretofore disclosed anticipation in criminal activity involving credit card fraud between January 2005 and September of 2007, you're not going to be further prosecuted for that, right?
Yes.
It says that.
And that's your understanding, right?
Yes.
And conspiracy to commit bank fraud by passing stolen corporate personal checks in or about 1990 to 2001, you will not be prosecuted for that, right?
Yes.
And your conspiracy possession to pass forged travelers' checks and corporate checks and personal check in or about and between approximately 1990 and 2007, you won't be prosecuted for that, right?
Yes.
And illegal possession of firearms in or about approximately 1990 and 2006, no prosecution for that, right?
Yes.
Conspiracy to steal and sell stolen automobiles in or about and between approximately 1997 and 2000, you're not going to be prosecuted for that, right?
Yes.
Selling copyrighted movies without authorization in or about 1991 and 2008. Did you do that?
When did I sell them?
Yeah,
Yes, when I came in contact with the government, I stopped selling them.
I understand that. But up to 2008 you were selling. Were they bootleg movies or something?
Yes.
They are not going to bother prosecuting you for that, right?
No.
And there was a conspiracy to burglarize a Circuit City electronics store on Queens Boulevard in 1998 or 1999?
Yes.
Right, you did that?
Yes.
Just never prosecuted for that?
No.
Just never been arrested for that?
No.
And the conspiracy to murder Tyrone Baum in aid of racketeering in or about 2003, you won't be prosecuted for that as well, right?
Yes.
And is your understanding that as long as you keep cooperating with the government and testifying that you'll remain out?
Absolutely not. There are no promises, no guarantees.
Well, at some point you'll be sentenced, right?
Yes,
And you don't know what you're going to get, right?
yes.
Between you and me, you really hope that the judge permits you to stay free on the street?
I hope so.
That's all I have.
Any questions, Mr. Runke?
Yes, Your Honor. How late do you want to run? I don't want to be the last.
We're not going to rush it. I mean, it's Friday afternoon. If we can complete his questioning, it's a good way to wrap up the week. If we can't, we can't. Just give me heads up as to how long you think it will be.
I don't know, but I see myself as the last person between the weekend and...
No, we'll come back. Look, the jury doesn't mind. We let them go at 3:30. We let them go home at 4:30. This may be payback time. They'll stay here if we can reasonably do it. They don't mind going back past 5, I'm sure, if you think.
I understand what I've got to do here, Judge.
Within limitations. I don't want you to feel that you're under undue pressure.
Okay. So, Mr. Ali, when you were asked earlier about robberies, you got really offended, didn't you?
Can you be?
You were really offended when someone asked you about robberies.
Be specific.
You don't remember Mr. Herman asking you before, did you participate in any robberies? Do you remember that question before?
Yes,
You remember being questioned about participation in robberies, correct?
yes,
Okay. And you got offended. Robberies, no way, right? The question offended you, right?
Counselor, what are you trying to trick me into something?
No, he's trying to ask you whether or not you took issue with that. He's trying to get a sense of your demeanor, your reaction. It's part of the cross-examination process. He's entitled to do that.
Have you ever testified that you did participate in robberies?
I never robbed. I never testified to that.
Okay. Do you remember testifying in another trial, a different defendant in 2008?
A different defendant?
Yeah, in 2008.
Yes,
Do you remember a different assistant United States attorney asking you the following questions and you giving the following answers? Questions. Were you involved in any robberies with KC? Answer. Yes. Question. Could you tell the jury about that? Answer. I set up a Circuit City on Queens Boulevard. I had an inside connect with an individual by the name of Carlos, and I introduced him and KC. Together, they were able to rob the spot early in the morning, and I got paid $1,000. And do you remember giving that testimony?
yes, I do.
So that's where the idea of robberies came from. It came from you, did it not?
Objection.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
You did testify in the past that you participated in a robbery, correct?
Yes,
You also testified that in the past that you've owned 9 guns, personally over the course of your life, correct?
yes,
You talked before about beating people that you describe as a carjack. Are you talking about a tire iron? Do you know what a tire iron is?
describe it for me.
Yeah, it's a piece of metal about this long. It usually has a lug nut wrench at one end. You stick the other end into the jack and you use it to jack up the car. Is that what you were talking about?
No,
Okay, and there is testimony before about copper pipes getting stolen. And one time after the copper pipes were stolen, you and I think Taz went out and slapped the guy's teeth out of his mouth. Or Taz did, right?
yes,
Wasn't there a second time that copper pipes were stolen, that somebody else was beaten up?
I don't recall.
Do you recall testifying at that same trial that someone stole some copper pipes from Taz, and then you and Taz went out, found the guy, Taz knocked him down, and you stomped on his face? Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Did you stomp on his face?
I don't remember.
Okay, let me get the testimony, page 988, if you are following. Government. Question, was this the only time that Taz beat somebody up for stealing copper pipes? Answer, no. Question, how many other times was it? Answer, one other time. Question, was it before or after the time that you just described? Answer, before. Question, can you tell the jury what happened? Answer, I was working on Taz's house and I had put new pipes in, and we come to find out somebody had stole them, and Taz found the person and Taz knocked him on his behind, and I stomped him in the face. Does that sound like testimony you delivered?
Yes,
Now, you remember that?
it's been a long time.
You remember that?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Do you remember when it was that you first began speaking to the agents you described as a very cordial meeting? Do you remember when it was?
I don't remember the year.
Let me get a document. How about May of 2007? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that could be right.
May 2nd of 2007. Can we agree that was the date?
Yes, counselor, we can agree to that.
We can agree to that, okay. Just so there is no doubt about it, can I, just for the witness only, show you a report marked Defendant's Exhibit DH15 and a paragraph? Can you look at that? And I'll zoom in on that a bit.
That's not in evidence now. Are you using it just to recall?
Just to refresh his recollection as to the exact date.
Do you
remember the date was May 2nd, 2007?
Yes.
Now, you were still engaged in credit card fraud when you first began talking to the agents, correct? May 2nd, 2007.
When they met me, I was.
And you continued to do that at least until September of the same year, 4 or 5 months later, correct?
No, I don't remember that.
Did you ever tell the agents that you were engaged in credit card fraud until September of 2007?
I can't remember.
Okay. Do you know that your cooperation agreement, which is in evidence, and it was just shown by Mr. Herman, everybody can see that? I think it's in evidence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That you got coverage from credit card fraud. I'm trying to find the date between criminal activity involving credit card fraud in or about and between approximately January 2005 to September of 2007, right? That's what it says?
Yes.
Okay, and
I don't see all that.
okay, take your time.
Well, you can tell us. It's in evidence, so you can read it if you want.
I did, and he is saying he does not see it.
He doesn't see it. Fine. It's in evidence. His vision isn't as good as yours. Go ahead.
You referred to the credit card fraud as the quote, unquote, plastic game,
Yes,
and it's actually a way of cheating people, isn't it?
absolutely.
And innocent people, hardworking people, they get a credit card bill for $5,000. They didn't charge anything worth $5,000, and now it's a nightmare, right?
Yes,
And you did that on purpose?
yes,
Yes?
yes,
And you did it to make money?
yes,
And just like you committed welfare fraud to make money, right?
yes,
So you described the Hamiltons as a quote-unquote drug family from Lafayette Gardens, correct?
yes,
And that's based on your knowledge?
yes.
You know, you are leaning back, sir, and I can't hear you. I know, are you comfortable? Come a little bit towards the mic, okay? That was based on your own personal knowledge as to who the Hamiltons were.
Yes.
In regard to the murder of J.R. Hamilton, did you go close to the crime scene with Taz?
No.
Did you go about 10 blocks away?
10 or more.
10 or more? And did you go there just in case they needed help?
No. We were waiting to get the word.
Okay. Referring you to page 1024 from your testimony of that same trial in 2008, after I saw Abu Bakr Rahim in the driver's seat and Abdulaziz drive away in the car. Question. A different United States attorney, not these, an assistant U.S. attorney says, what did you do? Answer. Got in the car with me and Taz. Question. Where did you guys go? Answer. About 7 or 10 blocks away from the area, the crime of the scene. Question. What were you doing? Answer. Monitoring. Question. What do you mean by that? Answer. If they needed any help or anything, okay? So that, now it refreshes your recollection that you were there to offer your help, if need be.
There wasn't going to be any help.
You were there to offer your help?
There was going to be no help. As a matter of fact, I can say clearly I misspoke.
What words did you misspeak?
That I wasn't helping them. That was never the intention at all.
When you sat on the witness stand in 2008 and the question was, what were you doing? The answer was monitoring. And the question is, what do you mean by that? Answer, if they needed any help or anything, you misspoke.
Definitely, because I wasn't going to help them out with anything.
You wanted that murder to take place though, right?
I went along with it. You're talking about JR, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Junior.
Definitely.
And you agreed to help it happen, correct?
Not help anything happen to.
Didn't you plead guilty to agreeing to help it happen?
No.
You mentioned receiving kites, quote unquote, from Tyrone Baum, or hearing about kites from Tyrone Baum while he was in prison. A kite is a slang term for kind of a letter smuggled out of a prison. Am I correct about that?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. You also testified that you had received orders from, I believe, Taz to move certain guns from Virginia to New York City, correct?
I did.
Okay. How did he get that message to you if he's in prison?
Oh, you mean Taz?
Yeah.
Well, that was his property. That was a long time ago. That was his property, and he had went to jail, and he wanted his property transported from Lynchburg, Virginia, back to New York City.
How did he get that direction to you if he was in jail?
He had a conversation with somebody on the phone about that.
And someone told you about it?
Yes, the lady that did the driving.
Okay. And he had visits in prison, so if a lady had gone to prison, he could have told their face-to-face, correct?
Yes.
How are you supporting yourself?
When?
How?
I barter. I have a barter system where I live.
No, you've got free room and board from being a security guard, right?
Yes.
But room and board means a place to stay and food, right? What do you do for money?
It doesn't mean food.
What do you do for money?
I sell perfume.
And you pay taxes on that? No, right? You don't pay taxes.
Are you going to ask the question and answer it too?
Well, I'm trying to speed things along because we are trying to get out.
Slow down.
Don't tell me to slow down, sir.
I am going to tell you to slow down. Stop putting words in my mouth.
Stop. Stop. The question is,
Do you pay taxes on it?
No.
stop it. He wants to know if you sell perfume. That's your answer, correct?
Yes.
And then he's asking you whether or not you report that for tax purposes. Yes or no? I don't know. You know that.
No, sir.
Okay, that's your answer.
The answer's no.
No.
Okay, JR was your friend, right? JR Hamilton was a friend.
He was a friend.
You knew people who were on their way to kill him, right?
Yes.
But you never warned him?
No.
When did you embrace Islam?
1978.
Now, does Islam condone drug dealing?
Absolutely not.
Does Islam condone fraud?
No, absolutely not.
Murder?
Absolutely not.
Theft?
Absolutely not.
Nothing else?
Any redirect?
Just a few questions. If I could just have one moment. Okay, just a few questions, Mr. Henderson. First of all, do you remember the date specifically that various things happened? Do you have that in your head?
No, I do not.
And do you remember generally at least the order that things happened as opposed to being able to say a specific date?
More or less the order. The chronological order. More or less.
All right. How did you meet the members of the CMB?
I met them through Taz.
And did members of CMB give you a place to stay at times?
Yes.
And did they give you money at times?
Yes.
Did they pay for your food at times?
Yes.
And the things that you testified that eBay told you, are you telling the truth about those?
Absolutely.
And the things that you testified that you saw going on in CMB, are you telling the truth about that?
Absolutely.
Are you telling the truth that...
Judge, I'm going to object. We are assuming he's telling the truth about everything.
Sustained. You swore to tell the truth, didn't he? You're not suggesting that he's not. He's violating his oath, are you?
Absolutely not. I think there were other people suggesting that.
Just disregard the comments.
Okay, I have no further questions.
Could I ask one additional?
Go ahead, one additional.
When was the first time you heard the name Cash Money Brothers?
When I met Taz.
Thank you. Nothing additional.
All right, I think we've completed our activities for the week. Please step down. You are free to leave.